Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's video interview of the Superwoman Wellness Connection channel. My name is Kim Goldtom, and I'm a certified master wellness coach and the founder of the Empowered Living for Superwoman program. And I'm excited to bring to you weekly superwomen who can share wellness tips from their modality. And I'm so excited to have Nany Gonzalez here with us today, who is the principal of More Consulting, as well as a variety of other companies. She really is a true girl boss. So Nany, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Perfect, Perka. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited. So I'd love for you to share with our viewers, with the superwomen that are watching, because I'm probably sure they're just like, wow, she has how many what? How did you get into what you currently do?
Well, ironically enough, short story, because obviously our storylines are long and powerful CPAs. And I went on into the bigger CPA world, didn't really like it, came back into private accounting. And after working for someone for a total of 14 years, I eventually endeavored and launched my little side hustle into a full-time hustle. So while More Consulting Services has been around since officially 12, I have been doing this on the side since 2005, but been in the industry since the age of 19. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you my age. You can look it up. But through the course of working for that one gentleman, he had one business and he grew it into 5. And so I was not managing 1, but managing 5, plus all of his personal items. So the ability to be able to be an intricate part to the various businesses really became my passion. So ultimately, when I launched More Consulting Services, the goal was to be that same center person, but for small, mid-sized businesses that could not afford a nanny per se. They could not afford to have a full-time person on staff, but needed to have somebody to talk to. Obviously, being Hispanic, being from natural born and raised here in Virginia, but of Hispanic descent, very fluent in my Spanish, quickly changed this interview to Spanish if you wanted. I was able to make a lot of connection with the Hispanic community and them coming looking for us. So that way we can help them, guide them, because obviously having a good resource is important. When I partnered up with Maria, and I will always refer to her as my partner in crime, even though I may be the head, but she's my partner in crime because we balance each other out with a yin and yang. I'm the visionary and she just makes sure I don't go too far. So we kind of balance each other out and being able to provide a service. It's not so much about the dollar bill we can get, but just seeing people reach their dreams and their goals, and everything else will come along the way. Now, we established the CPA side because I wanted to really be able to help individuals with if they need to do 8A, if they have to have DACA audits, if they have to have other types of audits that under a consulting firm, you really cannot do. Now, the last piece that we've gotten into, the property management side of my life, has come because the gentleman who was a client was like, I'm done. I just want to step back. And I was like, sure, we can take that on as well. Because I just feel that anything you put your mind to it and you envision, you can ultimately accomplish. So there's a few other things still in the pipeline for More Consulting. It is not done. I am not, you could say, satisfied as a girl boss. I'm happy. But there's still so many other areas that I feel that I can help not only my community, but also even the smaller spheres that I work within that are always in need of. So when you think about what is most important to me is healthiness and understanding your business, and healthiness and understanding your life.
That's exciting. And talk about inspiring for those who are like, ooh, should I start a business or should I start 5? How do I continue to share my gifts with the world, right? Oh my gosh, no, but that's awesome. So thank you for sharing that.
Of course. I love it. I love what I do, and obviously you can tell when you talk to me. Yes,
your energy is infectious. And I think that's why so many people are drawn to you, because you're just like, ooh, I love it. So because you are in, in that financial, element of the wellness wheel, what would you say are a few of the tips that you could share with superwomen who are kind of struggling with everything that's happening in the world today so that they can feel a little bit more empowered on what to do?
Sure. Well, one of the first things, ladies that are listening to this, whether you have something going on or you don't, and you feel like you could, don't let what's going on stop you. First and foremost, there is plenty of resources out there to help you along the way. Most businesses happen one of three ways: well planned, you inherited it, or by the seat of your pants. By the seat of your pants can be a little dangerous. You want to make sure you connect with the right people. I'm going to tell you right now, Kim, there's going to be a lot of small businesses that come out of the pandemic because people are at home trying to figure out how they're going to make money. So either they're making macrames and they're selling them on eBay, or they're constructing creative boxes, which obviously through PWN, we know several people doing that, and they're leaving them outside in a crate, and that way they cut social distance. Or they're establishing consulting and sharing some how to do it yourself tips from home. So please step back a minute. Realize that there are plenty of free resources. You don't always have to come to somebody like myself, but we can guide you at least to say, hey, SBA, you go to their website and they have planning and budgeting and things of that nature. But the biggest hiccup that I find that's going to go on, especially for women, is that sometimes we're a little scared. Sometimes we allow someone to say, oh, you're not going to make money at that. Or when are you going to have time for that? If you have a passion, you have a voice. And as long as you have a voice, you will continue to move forward. If I allowed someone to tell me back in 2011 when I was setting this up and then go fully in 12 supported by the business, it would have never happened. I mean, I had peers telling me it would never work because I wasn't going to open my office on Saturdays. As a Seventh-day Adventist, we don't work on Sabbath. And I was literally told it wasn't going to work by fellow Sabbath keepers. And ironically, here we are 8 years later and counting. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Yeah, we just reached 8 years on the 2nd of July, fully launched. Yeah, so it's just a growing forward. But ladies, my best tips are: one, don't be afraid. Share your idea. Get the resources. Within your spheres, you may be surprised how you have other ladies that can help you fill in the gaps to what it is you're trying to do. You might have an attorney that can help you with some things and not violate her license. You might have a really strong bookkeeper. You may have a really strong accountant that can help you with some things. You may have, insurance that could tell you yay or nay, do you have to have that? Do not be afraid. One of the biggest things that women do is they don't want to play big. They allow, which is a book we're doing in the office, they don't allow that voice to speak. They keep allowing that voice to be suppressed. And then they're not happy with their life. And if they only knew that if you're not doing what you're passionate about, if you're not doing what makes you want to get up and go in the morning, then it's a chore. And eventually you start to it starts to affect you physically, it starts to affect you spiritually, and then ultimately mentally. And the health piece is another big component. I mean, I wake up without an alarm clock. I wake up, even if I went to bed at 1 in the morning, I am up 4:30, 5 o'clock, raring to go. What is today going to bring? Because I'm so excited about what am I going to be able to get my hands on. So obviously after this interview, I have my entire day booked out. Luckily, I have really good staff and an executive assistant that's learning to manage me. And I have to say it that way because she has to learn how I operate and be able to move forward in the things that we want to do. But get a budget. There's plenty of free budgets, ladies, even if it's a simple idea, make it as simple as making macrames. How much did it cost you? How much time did it take? What avenue are you going to sell it with? Oh, I missed one. You want to get a marketing person. You want to get a marketing person because basically anything we do nowadays, especially with the pandemic, you want to have somebody that's going to help you get it out there, whether it's website, whether it's Instagram, or it's YouTube, however you're going to get. There's so many nowadays. I can't even keep up with it. Obviously, I pay someone else to do that. So you want to outsource what you can. But the point is that make sure you follow all the steps in line to be able to be successful. So when you do have to do your taxes, you're not like, what? I got to pay what? But that you know when you're planning along the way. But to be really honest with you, Kim, from where I am in this seat to any other female, I would tell them, don't suppress the voice. I read a book, I'm reading a book that's called I'm That Girl. All my life, I've always said, I'm that girl. I was that girl that played sports with the guys more than sitting at home doing my hair. I was that girl that would rather get in the ditch than paint her nails.
Yeah.
You know, that I was that girl. But this book is really more about being that girl and expressing your voice. And it says very clearly, if you don't think you have a passion, figure out what makes you mad and fix it. And you will see that you have a passion for something. You will see where it's something that you want to do. For me,
Yes.
I wanted to really help my small businesses that can't afford those high prices to get done what they need to get done. So get a budget, get insurance, get an understanding of what your business is about. And there's plenty of free resources. You can always come to me and I can guide you and point you in the right direction. And that way you can be set up properly so you can be successful, as I think more consulting services has become.
Wow. Yeah, that's just awesome information. And what great ideas, right? Because there are so many, and I've seen it, but I don't know that I've necessarily thought about it in the same way, because you keep hearing in the news about how so many businesses are closing. But at the same time, because of that, or because of whatever circumstances each person and or family is going through, people are thinking outside the box and being inspired to create new opportunities. And so it's so nice to hear how something positive and wonderful is coming out of all of this, and the tips that you shared, and the fact that, you know, you're so generous, you know, with your time, but obviously you have this incredibly you know, connected and educated staff, and you've been doing this for a long time, and really a strong support system. So if Superwomen are starting to create a small business, that you're an incredible resource and place to go, and one of those partners that they definitely want to make sure they put on their outsource list to get involved. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Wow. And so if anyone out there is resonating with everything that you just shared, what would be the best way for people to follow you or get connected on a newsletter, or what does that look like?
Sure. So the website has been updated. Ironically, we needed to update the website. You should update your website every so often. That's the easiest way to move up and rank at Google. Well, at least that's what the marketing people tell me, right? So I have to follow the experts. I tell people all the time, I know enough to be dangerous. That's why you partner with people that know what they're doing. But honestly, yes, you can go to www.moreconsultingservices.com. Ironically, if you Google Nany Gonzalez, I'll pop up because of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. But I want to clarify, my first name is Mildred, not Nany. But I do go more by Nany G more than Mildred. But to get a hold of me, or you can go to calendly.com/Nany G, and you can book an appointment free to meet with me, and I'll give you some homework, and then you can decide from there what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that whatever you may come to me at, make sure you have a passion for it, because I can only take you to the water, but I cannot make you drink it.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, and that's so true in any aspect of our lives. So I think that's a great reminder. And I'll definitely be putting in the description below all of your social media links as well, so that everybody will have access to those in case they didn't hear it and are going back on repeat to try to write it down.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Thank you. And is there anything else that you would like to share before I let you go?
Well, the only other thing that I'm going to share is the health side of business, because obviously my relationship with Kim outside of just this video has been for a couple of years now, just balancing the work and the health, because as long as you have that passion for what you want to do, you need to be healthy to be able to do it. So don't sacrifice health for your passion. Resource, outsource what's needed so you can still keep that balance.
Yes, great. Thank you. And that's a great reminder also. Well, thank you so much for your time, because I know you are one super busy superwoman. You're starting well, you probably have already started your day hours ago, and have a lot more on your plate. So I really want to thank you for your time.
Sure.
And very much appreciated.
Perfect. I enjoyed this. Good luck, ladies. And I am definitely here if you ever just want to chat. Just chat. I'm open to that as well. I love coffee.
Woo! Thank you.
You're welcome.